Welcome back, tankers. This is McLogo, and this is a small review of my new tank. I bought the British Banshee Comet. It's a tier 7 British medium tank, a premium tank that you can currently get for 50% less. So it was around 3.95k, and I really like the tank because it resembles a real tank, the Comet, and I love the realistic tanks in this game. The good things regarding the Comet are 12 degrees of gun depression, and high DPM for a tier 7. It's 2.15k DPM. The bad things, one shot does 140 damage, and the base pen is only 148 with the AP, so you have to fire a lot of premium, and the premium shells only have 208, which isn't a lot for tier 7. So yeah, you have to take a little bit of premium shells in this tank. And with all tanks that have a high fire rate and small shells, they kind of wargame does kind of compensate it, as the silver earning is at 160% for this tank. So if you can fire some standard AP shells and not all APCR, you can still make money. In tier 7 battles you can really make a lot of money. I also had games where I had up to 100k silver, but versus tier 8 or tier 9, when you fire a lot of APCR, it's normally break even, or you can even if you fire a lot of shells you can also have a loss, which happens. But nonetheless, I still like the tank. It's nimble and mobile as the Comet is. The 650 horsepower Rolls-Royce Merlin engine powers the tank, so it can run up to 52k around, and backwards it's 18 kilometers per hour. The view range is nice for this tank. It's 380 meters, so if you choose optics, you can basically have a tier 8 view range on a tier 7, which is basically nice, yeah. And nonetheless, the engine, or I guess common with the Meteor engine, which was a airplane engine, is the 20% fire chance, which is also a downside, but so far I was never lit on fire in this tank in the I think 30 battles that I played. Sorry. The aim time of the gun is 2.9, which is okay-ish. Could be better for a gun with that is that small, but it's okay, you can work with it. And it's a 0.34 accuracy, which is nice, especially if you have brothers in arms and you use rations food, then the accuracy is a little bit higher, and that's fine. But with slow shells, I kind of find that they really go everywhere sometimes. As you can see here, the long range shots normally do hit, or can hit. That's the nice accuracy that the tank has got. So this battle is in live, folks. This is just a tier 8 game, just to show you a little bit how the tank works. I was a little bit unlucky with the tank, as teams are either good or either very bad, so I wasn't able to have a really good or especially good game, just some good games to show you. And here you can see we can actually track him. I guess he had 2 repair kits, and I have to fire APCR versus a T29, otherwise 148 is just, doesn't work that good. Otherwise, the tank is really, for me, it's fun to play. I like tanks with high DPM, but I think you have to get used, or you have to be used to it, or have to like it. If it's not your playstyle, then yeah, I guess it's not your tank. Or if you didn't like the Comet tech tree wise, This is actually a comet that can make money, that you can play, have fun with if you like the comets. If you're British, I guess you have to have this tank anyway. So I know that I will take a shot possibly here, but I think I can out DPM him afterwards. And I was just hoping that he wouldn't set me on fire. And that was bad by me. But the second time we hit him. Now this guy makes a mistake. The gun cannot be traversed that much in ICU, and he turns too much like this, so he cannot turn backwards fast. He would have to move his hull, which is much slower, of course. And our team is already starting to cap, which is a little bit bad because I wanted to have a little bit more damage. I wanted to have a really good game. So yeah, this is kind of a difficult enemy with 148, as I already have fired all my shells. The 60 something shells, if you're in a battle and you have to do damage and you or maybe also don't pen all of them, then you quickly can use all of them. That's possible. But otherwise, don't know how that went in, but we'll take it. And what I'm trying to do is trying to stay low and at the right moment push over and just circle him and get shots in from the side. As his third is slow and we trapped him, but we're a little bit unfortunate. The team capped, so the game is over. So we fired all premium rounds in this game, which you can see in the money. We don't make that much money, but it's still 16k, which is fine. And a nice result for it. So let's jump into the second game. This was not special, it's just to show you how it can work versus tier 9 tanks. We're bottom tier, as you can see, and yeah, we'll go up to the castle, try to get our gun to work from the top. With these tanks or also with lights, I'd like to go up, and maybe if the enemy is not pushing, I try to fire down from there, because you can often shoot at weak points or weak spots from above with a gun that hasn't got that much pen. I kind of did not compensate for the turning radius. By the way, the turret is actually really nice and fast, and I had to get used to it after playing tier 9 and tier 10 tanks a lot. The turret is pretty fast. I think it's 46 degrees per second, which is quite fast if you look here. And also if you aim, you kind of, or it can happen that you leak too much because you overcompensate in this tank. It's just getting used to it, and then it's fine. It's actually easy to get shots on the enemy. And I'm driving up, I'm using the 10 degrees of gun depression, but there's nobody here. So I go to the plan that I had before. We get shots from above. And in a tier 9 game, of course, I'll load APCR standard, because I don't want to pen if I don't want to do miss if I can. And the blind shot, but he's not there anymore. So RT is open, and we straight away try to work our DPM on this guy, and yeah, shut him down. This of course was only a tier 7 tank, and I see the Conway, and I think we need to kill this guy as soon as possible and just work our DPM. This was our first tier 9 that we shot down, and this is of course a primary target. Shouldn't have shot a PCR here, but it's now the gun misses.
That one drilled straight through.
T-tracks him. That was my luck. So I'm now rushing down because I want to get more damage as fast as possible. This was something that I really felt in these games that I had so far. I had always to rush to get enough damage, as even the DPM is high. You need always to be shooting to rack up the damage. It's not a tank that you can say, okay, I'll just place a few shots, and again I get shot by C-130. Going for his back as he needs to turn, and we can work down the tank. I will never turn in time. So cannon 3. So I had really to work to get the gun singing, to get the good damage in the games. It's kind of a special play style. Or you have to just like the tanks with high DPM and small guns. And here I think I can flank these guys, the tier 9 Waffle and the T49, and I switch to AP shells, as I will go through these guys anyway. Even with 148 it's more than enough. And I just auto-aim. And now of course I want to hit. And we take this guy luckily off the board, which is the second kill of a tier 9. And the T48 is one of the last guys next to the RT. We just try to hunt them down to get some more damage in. As I said, in the current meta, with this tank I really had to that was a cheeky shot. I really had to work hard to to get the damage in. And he derps his shot, so I've got a free damage, and that's the third tier 9 that I can shut down. So really a nice game on Himmelsdorf versus tier 9s and tier 8s. You can work with the tank, it's just a little bit harder, and of course not on Himmelsdorf normally. And we made 45k, which is again good. Firing that much, got an Oscar medal, so happy with it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day and stay safe. Bye bye.